out their only change from Thursday night.
And they are going back to the three-back formation, much like they did versus Stanford a few weeks ago.
That was a high-scoring affair. They won 4-3. No changes to their 11, Lori.
And no changes to their style of play either. About tactics, and it was just about matching the ability and that intensity that they were going to see from Clemson defensively. So with 20 minutes left to go in this first half, that is just something that Notre Dame needs to be mindful of, is how quickly can we start to move the ball around? If there's an opportunity, as soon as that ball's cleared, can we put it back in and try to catch Clemson out defensively and unorganized? Because they look solid once they're set. Get numbers back behind the ball.
Tigers have it now. Lyles tries it from distance. And that goes just over the goal. Not a bad idea. That was actually Castenfelt dropping back and taking her chance when she saw it.
Well, this is one of the players that Eddie Radwanski had said, okay, we know she can score goals. We need her to step up whenever possible, especially when Juju Harris has been out that time. Even if there's three players around her trying to close down her angle. Doesn't miss by much to that far corner, but that's exactly what Clemson will be looking for. As soon as they can win it, if they can go, they want to go with numbers and then take their chances, even if it's a shot from distance.
Yeah, what did Eddie Radwanski say to us earlier today? He said, you know, I appreciate that, how disciplined, how defensive-minded really the whole team has been. But he said, do any of you want to score? He said, where is that scoring instinct, that mentality that when you get it and you see an opening, you take it? Well, I think Castenfelt showed it right there. Irish still on it. This one deflects a little, could be tricky. Goalkeeper is down, caught, goes flying. And Clemson defender stays down as well.
I like the early ball in for Notre Dame, and there's an initial collision, and then both of these players just colliding.
And perhaps there was a foul in there, Lori. I mean, you could see why the argument could be made for it. It looks like it is indeed going to be a review. That would be the play they are looking at.
Oh, and that was a better angle to see Brathwaite as she comes through.
Brandon Marion letting both coaches know that after review, it is a penalty. As you thought, Lori, there was enough contact there that merited the overturning of the call on the field, which was that there was no foul, but you're allowed to review if you think there may have been, and indeed in this case there was. So Notre Dame has a chance to put home their penalty of the year. And Addie Holgerson will try to keep that from being the case. Clemson opponents have converted one penalty so far this season. It'll be Izzy Engle, 9 goals on the season, leading goal scorer in the ACC at the spot for Notre Dame. Engle equals goals for Notre Dame, and the Irish take the lead off the penalty.
Again, really important goal. Engle steps up. Even if Holgerson guesses the right way, it's really well taken to put them up 1-0, the Fighting Irish.
Restovich. A lot of changes there to the attacking players with the substitutions for Notre Dame. Good connections here. Engle plays it back. Shot taken and scored! The Irish double their lead just before the half. Ellie Hodson's been great off the bench, and she strikes here again.
It's good work from Engle just to realize that she doesn't have a good opportunity and just to collect it and then lay it back to find others that are facing the field. Look at this opportunity. It's just a half chance, but that's what you want if you're Notre Dame.
Goalkeeper with North Carolina, though, had just a couple of appearances with the Tar Heels before transferring to Clemson last year. Irish play this one short. haven't been successful with any of their more intricate set pieces thus far in this match.
Yeah, great work from Roy, though, to get back, dispossess, and look at the position they're in now, just to be able to move the ball around. And this is something that I like, and you could tell that this was an emphasis from Nate Norman. He mentioned to us coming into this second half, but also really got the message clear to his team, is even if you're not moving it quickly, there's still an intensity about the way that they're winning the ball back, and there's a patience to not force it, look for the best matchups they can find. Roy starts it with her winning that tackle and getting possession back quickly.
Chukwu tried to bring it down, had 4 Clemson defenders surrounding her. Roy does well to keep it in. Back to Chukwu. Her left-footed shot is blocked. Follow up in the box, Engle's there, and the goal is 2. May not have been the intent initially on that ball, but they'll take it. A 3rd goal for Notre Dame on the effort.
They keep Clemson locked in this moment. And again, when Clemson has good numbers around the ball, it doesn't matter. That one just takes an awkward bounce through traffic. Reason sees it late right there, get a little bit of help and deflection. There's the putback, trying to find Engle, it looks like, and Reason going one way and then trying to come back at the last second. There's the initial deflection. But this is the quick play, direct play immediately. Miscommunication catches Reason, and it's just really unfortunate for Clemson and the work that they've done once again defensively.
And you can tell right there that angle. She was thinking her defender was going to step over and intercept that. Klinke does get the ball across. Put down and out of play. Tessa Knapp, the freshman from Bay Village, Ohio, just couldn't quite get it on frame.
Was the first time, and that initial ball, look, everybody has to drop if you're the Clemson defense to win this initially. Back inside, and that opens up right there the little gap for now to be first time. And that initial ball, look, everybody has to drop if you're the Clemson defense to win this.
Here is Engle. Has it still at her feet, has the shot saved and blocked away by Reason. Klinke, not done yet, Notre Dame. Engle, make it a brace!
Players forward, but also defensively, they lock teams in, they make it difficult. Engle starts it, and then eventually it pops out wide, but they're still in great positions. You can see everybody's just scanning. Klinke does an excellent job to lock them in, but then Engle's positioning once again, just to lose her defender, to get on the wrong side, and Reason's coming off her line, but she's brave just to make contact with it. Excellent and clinical header to increase the lead even more to 4.
And that is the call of the referee upon further review. Now Bruff will come off. Castenfelt back on in her place. Goal in the 29th and the 72nd for Engle tonight, her 10th and 11th goals of the season. She was second in the country last year in scoring as a freshman, behind Kate Fossey of North Carolina, who led the nation with 20 goals. Engle had 19, tied for second officially. And well on her way to another productive season for the Irish in her sophomore campaign. Several subs coming on. Good to see Jenna Topia out there. Saw her number up on the board for Clemson, and if that is the case, it's Topia's first appearance of the season. Here's a leading ball for Juju Harris to try to get to. You can just tell she is not back to 100%, not yet. Took an ankle injury in the Tennessee game earlier this season. Hasn't quite been as explosive as she was in the few games prior to that for Clemson. Costello. Overlap on the far side. Blocked away at the near side. Clemson, though, trying to get one here toward the end.
To get players in these positions, follow up the play. Ball really needs to be played back across. They've gotten up decision making. I feel like it's the next phase for Clemson. Defensively, starting to lock things down, even though the scoreline would say differently. Need to start to be able to put teams under pressure in the attack, and that's where the decision making comes from.
Wake will ascend, so certainly still some tough competition, but also perhaps some more what you would consider winnable games in there than what they've had thus far. And this one opening up, the Irish taking advantage and making it 5. Paige Buckner off the bench, the junior, has her first goal of the season, second of her Irish career.
But as they're dispossessed, then the game just starts to open up. God, what a lovely little ball that is, textured in behind, so it drops right in to the path of Bruckner. Just takes a few touches to be able to collect herself under pressure right there, and that one gets out from underneath her. Excellent first touch to set herself up. Be able to see where Reeson's coming off her line, and only place she can put it, top corner. Makes no mistake about it, does a really good job, but it's a wonderful ball.
Just to the right of your screen there. Castenfelt also lingering nearby. Lyles goes for it herself.
Down, up, initially over the wall. And this one a little bit more of a favorable distance and angle to be able to still get some pace and dip over it.
Ball is in the goal, direct off the free kick. Castenfelt cashes it in for her first of the season in fine fashion.
In this game, a few opportunities, this time steps up. And we talk about players stepping up. This is one of the players that Eddie Radwanski had pointed to. Has gotten her opportunities, takes it really nicely. There's the good bend. Excellent placement, great angle. You can see right there past Kasika. Get one.
Well, Notre Dame doesn't get the shutout, but they do get the win. 5-1.